chicken here at Barbecue My Way. Stay with us. All right, so we're doing 4 rather large breasts, 4 thighs, 3 thighs, no, 4 thighs and 3 chicken legs. What we do, sometimes we cut up the whole fryer and saves a little money, but today we didn't want to deal with it. My wife likes the white meat, I like the dark meat. Our youngest likes the legs, so we've got a good assortment. What we're going to do first is just apply, in this case it's a little jerk and chicken seasoning from Penzeys. It's kind of a Jamaican type seasoning, and some of this is on, most of it's on skin, so if you don't eat the skin or some of the skin, you really don't experience that flavor. Some people, and I've done it before, you can take the skin off, peel the skin off, and then, oh my gosh, I'm being invaded, and put it directly on the meat, but I find that it dries out the meat a little bit, and of course I kind of like a little bit of skin. That of course also sounded somewhat pornish. But the main thing that people screw up on with barbecue chicken is it takes them too long to cook the chicken over direct heat, so they end up burning the sauce and the skin before the meat is done. And you either get perfect skin, perfect sauce with raw chicken, which is never good, or you get the opposite. So what I do, and I'll take you outside and show you, is I do this on indirect heat with hickory, so you get a little bit of that smoky flavor, so you don't have it directly over the fire, so you don't have the flame ups. And then I apply the sauce when I finish it off by charring it over the heat to give that nice crispiness and the caramelization of the sauce. So, and I'm just using store-bought sauce tonight, but the technique works beautifully, so I'd really recommend you give this a try. So I'll be taking you outside now. Alright, here's my setup. As you that watch my videos know, this is the way I love to do it. I came up with this idea. I've never seen anybody do it, but it works perfectly. Got a hickory log that uses the brace to keep the charcoals on one side, and it also smokes. So you've got the smoking and the separation creating indirect heat with the same thing. You can get a grate if you want, or a gate to kind of channel the charcoal in one direction, but then you would have to sprinkle with hickory or whatever wood you want to use. So anyway, we're going to put the chicken on. I do all grates about half open, the holes on this side, so it pulls the smoke and the heat up through the vent, washing over the top of the chicken. It should be roughly 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, and then I'll finish it off over direct heat. You can see the smoke coming out. That's telling us that the flame has now been extinguished, and now we just have the smoking process going on. So we'll be right back, and we'll start putting the sauce on it and doing the direct heat to give it the nice texture. All right, it's been about 30-35 minutes, so here's what we have. Texture that we're looking for. So what I'm going to do is start off with the breasts and do them first, and we'll do this kind of step by step because the wings and the thighs will not take as long to get done. This will flame up, so we're going to have to put the lid back on occasionally. May not have room for more than 3 breasts at a time because they're so large. This is just store-bought sauce, nothing fancy. A lot of the flavors delivered by the smoke, and the sauce just gives you a little spice, a little sweetness, and it should caramelize. So what I'm going to do now, we got this over direct, so this is going to cook up pretty quick. I'm going to put the lid back on to kill the smoke, and we'll be back to flip them. So it's kind of done in stages, but good stuff takes a little bit of time. Been maybe 2-3 minutes. I'm going to flip these breasts. And they're over the direct coals, so they're going to look a little black, but that's the way you want barbecue chicken to look, because that's got the nice texture. And this will flame up here pretty quick too. particularly on this side because you got the skin side down. You got most of the skin down in the sauce. And typically when you start seeing the meat kind of pulling away, and by the way, you can just take a meat thermometer and it's about 160 on a breast is when it's done. See, watch this, it's going to start flaming here. So I'm going to squelch it, which will heat up the remainder of the sauce because I've been kind of double dipping. Now remember, the chicken is pretty close to being cooked, so we're not worried about all the stuff that happens. So this has been about a 3 or 4 minute process to add texture, and it's worth it versus trying to cook it all directly over coals, which is a nightmare. You'll end up with undercooked chicken. So we'll be right back. I'm probably not going to go through all the pieces with you, but we'll pull this off so you'll see what we're looking at. Alright, it's been maybe another 2 minutes. Looks like an inferno, and it kind of is. You got to control it with the lid. And there you go. There's perfectly barbecued chicken. Very moist. Get it off the flame. You want that crispy skin, that caramelized barbecue sauce. I know it looks burnt, but trust me, this is the way it's supposed to be. So I'm going to finish doing the rest of the chicken pieces, and we'll provide sauce at the table as well. And we'll be right back. Show you how everybody liked it.